And I
Um,
have 13 haunted dolls.
I've got three, so
There we go.
yeah, I'm not a fan of dolls.
I
I
wasn't either.
Let me tell you, ever since um I was a baby, and it's so funny because like I've always been terrified of clowns. And I had from the time that I was a newborn a Raggedy Ann and Andy doll, and I hated them. I would scream anytime anybody brought them things near me. So much to the point where my uncle's best friend's name was Andy. As soon as he walked through the door, I started screaming and ran.
Oh man.
And then, I get older and I start diving into the things that are happening to me. And I find out that the real Annabelle is a Raggedy Ann. And I'm like, see, I told you those things were evil. Nobody believed me.
So do
No,
you do you think at the time that there might have been something in those dolls and that's why you were scared of them?
in all honesty, I don't know. Um, my grandmother had told me that they got rid of them because I had such an adverse reaction. And the photos I had one photo that had both of them in it, and I didn't pick up anything from the photo. I didn't see anything, so I don't think there was any attachment to them. But I do think one of my guides was like, yo, you need to get away from this because later on you're gonna want to know more about this, and let's just stop that before it happens.
Right. Welcome to tonight's show. I'm your host, Alex, and we're diving into the mysterious and unexplained. Tonight, I have the privilege. Tonight, I have the privilege of speaking with Amanda, who has had extraordinary paranormal experiences and possesses remarkable psychic abilities. Amanda, thank you for being brave enough to share your story with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
When did you first realize you had psychic abilities?
So I first realized probably 17, 18, maybe 19 years old. Um, that's when I kind of locked into, hey, something's different about me. My whole life, weird happenings have happened. Uh, when I was 10, I had the pleasure of meeting Lori Cabot in Salem. And she told me, you don't know this yet, but you got something going on and you're going to be pretty powerful when you grow up. And I'm just like, okay, who are you? And um, like everybody, mostly everybody, I had an imaginary friend. Her name was Sarah. And that tied in also with my experience in Salem. Um, that was kind of when my mom knew something was different. I don't know if you've ever been to Salem. They have the mock witch trial, and you're in this huge circular room, and it's a mock trial. Everything is dark, and at one point, um, I just started feeling like I am sick. I am about to pass out. I need to get out of here, and it was so crowded I couldn't move. Um, I started feeling very, very anxious. My heart started pounding. I wasn't scared, but it was like, okay, something's gonna happen. And the floor started lighting up, and I looked down and I was standing on this huge red lit pentagram. And in each section there were names. I was standing on the name Sarah Good.
Wow.
When I was little, my imaginary friend was Sarah. All of my baby dolls were Sarah. I was seriously attached to the name Sarah. Um, a little bit after that, I kind of just, I don't want to say I forgot about it, but I put it out of my mind. And then in high school, we started learning about the crucible. And I got very defensive. Come to find out, Sarah has been following me my whole life.
Hmm.
And we don't always get along. She has brought me to places that I never thought I would imagine. I have come to know people who have had ancestors um, in the witch trials. My ex boss, one of his ancestors was John Proctor. So, like, it's weird how things just kind of come and flow together. Um, but I'm very ADHD too, so I bounce around a lot.
It's
Going back,
completely fine. My job is right now is to listen to people speak, and you're doing perfectly fine.
you're psychic as well, so you know the woo woo comes with the ADHD. um, I when I first noticed, okay, hey, maybe I should start paying attention. A friend of my mom's had a dresser that she found on the side of the road. Um, it I will say it's like late Victorian dresser, original mirror, beautiful. She had sanded it down, painted it, did some artwork on it, and she was like, I don't, it's not mine. And I'm like, oh, well, I need a dresser. I'll have it. Within, I don't even think it was a week. You know how when you are in a dead sleep and you just know somebody's staring at you
Yeah.
and you
And then
just
you wake up.
wake up and it's like, I woke up and there was something coming out of the mirror. And at the time, because gamer girl, I'm like, why is Sub Zero coming at me from my mirror?
Okay, period.
And I'm like, sir, you need to go back from whence I came. I stayed up the rest of the night. The next day, I am getting every single candle that we have in our house, lighting them and like surrounding my mirror. My grandmother comes in my room. She's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, there is something in there. There is something living in that mirror. And she was like, oh, okay. And just leaves. And I'm like, okay, okay. It didn't work. It just got worse. So the dresser found itself on my curb. Somebody came and picked it up. And I'm like, now you're somebody else's problem.
That
Uh,
reminds me of a time. That reminds me of a time about like 7 years ago when I was pregnant with my first daughter. Um, well, my only daughter, but my first child.
so far.
Right. I hope no more. I have three. No more, please, no more. Um, but oh man, I have horrible back pain. I have degenerating disc disease.
Oof.
Um, so my back pain was horrible, and he was just out walking. I think I told him like to go get me some ice cream from Dairy Queen. And he was just out walking because we didn't live far from here. And somebody had a yard sale going by, and he just decided to stop by. He also has gifts, by the way. Um, so this will kind of, a little bit. This will kind of make, I have a lot of tongue twisters. This, this will kind of make sense. Um, because I'm thinking he like instantly felt drawn to it because why else would you stop there and that be the only thing you get.
Right.
But he got this back massager for me. Um, it was like a little mat, but it like massages your back.
Hmm.
And yeah, that thing was really, really haunted. He brought it home and oh, I'm getting the shivers just thinking
Like,
about
why
it.
did you bring that in my house?
Oh God. It felt so nice though, like the first time I used it. Oh man. But then he went to the bathroom and then all of a sudden I see this lady and she has this really long black hair and I'm thinking like almost like grudge looking, you know?
Oh,
Not completely though, like the hair wasn't in the face or anything, but
right.
like oh man, and her face was just like pure white.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Like, ma'am, I'm sorry, but my back hurts and you're dead. So I'm more important right now. Take a
Right.
number.
And then we went to sleep that night. I was like, okay, at first I didn't connect the two,
Right?
but then I went to sleep that night and I fell asleep on it.
Oh.
And it's so weird. You usually don't hear it happen with people who are close together. You usually hear it happen with people who are far apart, but me and Lynn, I don't know what it is, but we have a lot of the same experiences. I'm so shaky right now, still thinking about this. Um, we have a lot of the same experiences at the same time. It's really weird, especially in our sleep.
Okay.
So during this night, oh man, I'm so shaky. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Um, I usually get like this when spirits are trying to connect with me. So I don't know why, but yeah. Um, but
I think it's more so your guide or one of your guides is like,
yeah,
okay, it's not happening again. You're fine.
right. And or it could be like I'm talking about it, so it could be like I'm like drawing her in at the same
Yeah,
time.
that could be too.
Um,
Especially if you still have the mat.
or no.
Okay.
But oh yeah, we woke up and I was like, I was like, Lynn, we gotta get rid of this thing. I just heard like, oh God, I can't even remember what it was, but it was like, right, it was like static, like you know the TV
Yes,
static.
yes. Like white noise.
Yeah, it was like that, and it was like blaring and blaring and blaring, and we both had that at the same time, and we both jolted up at the same time. It was just that was the first time we had an experience together.
Did you notice after that event if either or both of your gifts got stronger?
Um, he tries to block his out while I am more embracing. I think after that experience is when I really started accepting my gifts.
So, what I've come to notice and realize when either you're about to have like a level up or something is about to intensify, you're going to get something like a big boom. If it's clairaudience, something is going to happen and it's going to be loud. When my clairaudience came through, that's exactly what I heard. It was like someone trying to tune in a radio station.
Hmm.
And at first, it was kind of like far away. And then it started getting louder and louder and louder until it woke me up at night. And like now, my right ear is ringing. And like, why are you talking about me? Like, you know what? Take a seat. This is about me, not you. But pay attention to when senses are like super.
Well, I would love your input on something
Okay.
because so this was long, long ago when I was a teenager. um, like really, really young. I had this boyfriend at the time. I'm not gonna say names. He is dead. Rest in peace. Um, he died very, 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 very young as well. I will say that. Um, in teenagers. Uh, but I remember one of the last phone calls we had together. Now I was still seeing things, but I didn't like didn't know what I was seeing, because I got my gifts from my dad's side of the family, not my mom's side, and I grew up with my mom.
That's interesting in itself.
Yeah. So, uh, yeah. My mom says that she could see, well, she used to be able to see things when she was little, but I'm not sure because she sometimes believed me, but then sometimes she didn't. You know?
I don't think it was that she didn't believe you. I think it was more of a I don't want her to experience the things I did because I
Right.
think the things that she saw were not of the nice.
Hmm.
I think she saw a lot of things to be used as warnings to people.
I think too, it was because I was seeing a lot of dark things, and so my mom's like a Christian, so so like when I would tell her like, oh, there's this like shadow figure in my room, and you know what I mean, like he's I called him the Hat Man because he had um like a big hat, oh, big hat. Um, but yeah, she would tell me like, "Oh, that there's no one there. You're just seeing things. You're making that up." So it's just like whatever.
She probably saw it too.
Probably, or I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I completely get it. I, I that was the one thing um that I was lucky to be born into the family that I was.
Hmm.
Um, we have Native American in us, not a lot. Um, my grandmother looked straight up Native. Uh, we have Irish and Scottish. So it's like we've got the Celtic and we've got the Native.
Oh.
So we've got both sides of a huge paranormal spectrum. Um, and my mom was always into the not the paranormal aspect, but like the native magical aspect. My grandmother always saw things.
Hmm.
We would tease her saying she was crazy and whatever, but all of us saw things too. We just didn't want to admit it. Um, when actually I was just telling my kids this today because my daughter is like a mini me. She's seen and heard things since she was a baby. Um, my son just had his first experience last night, and
Oh.
he wants to be like, nope, nope, that's it's not what you say it is. I was just hearing things. So last month, my mom passed away in our house,
Oh.
and uh, like I said, like I told you, I have never not lived in a haunted house. It's like we are a lighthouse beacon, and they're like, oh, you can see me. It's like, yeah, no, no, I can't. um so wherever we are, they come. This house was very active before we even got here. There were handprints in my daughter's room that we could not clean off the wall. There's huge handprints behind my toilet that will not go away. um Seeing her things, and not just like the ethereal, like see-through type ghosts. Like I've seen full-on corporeal figures.
Hmm.
I've only seen that twice. One pushed open my door, and one this morning actually going into the kitchen. But my son last night, he texted me, he's like, "Are you still up?" And I'm like, "Well, I am now." And he's like, "Oh, well, it must be Bella's TV." And I'm like, "Yo, Bella's asleep. She ain't got no TV on. What are you talking about?" He's like, "I just heard voices." And I'm like, "Duh."
No, welcome to the world.
And I was telling them both today when I was in high school, um, we lived not too far from where I live now, and it was right off a railroad track. And it's a railroad track. A lot of things happen. And how our house was situated, it was kind of like separated. So there was like the living room and then the kitchen, and then there was a door separating the kitchen from the hallway and the living room from the hallway. And then it was the bedrooms, bathroom, and all that. The door to the kitchen usually stayed closed, but at night, the door to the living room usually was open. I woke up hearing like 1920s, 1930s music. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I go out, I see light coming from under the door. I look in, my grandmother's sound asleep, and I'm like, did she just leave the TV on? Possible, probable. I open the door, nothing. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to leave this door open. Y'all need to go to sleep. That night, after I went back to bed, I fell asleep immediately. And I never, even to this day, I can't go to sleep like straight away. I had a dream and I don't remember what the dream was. I woke up and I was getting ready for my day. My grandmother had yet to turn the TV on. And as soon as I come out of my room, I'm like, what happened to Princess Diana? And my grandmother's just looking at me and she's like, well, good morning to you too. Do you want some breakfast? And I'm like, turn on the TV. And as soon as we turned on the TV, it was everywhere that she had just died.
Oh.
And I'm like, were y'all trying to tell me to turn on the TV or what? Why were you partying at a time like this? What's the correlation? But what it was, the time that I woke up was the actual time that she died.
Oh, really?
And I didn't put two and two together until way later, like much later. And um things were just kind of sporadic here and there through my teens. I started reading cards when I was 10, or I started learning cards when I was 10. I started giving readings at 15. And then 19, 20, I started communicating with things. When I was um, 20, I had moved from Florida
But
to
wait, wait,
California.
wait, wait, wait,
Sorry.
wait. Let's pause for a second.
I will talk for like eons.
You're good. Um, but I wanted to get your intake.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. But the last phone call that we had, um, I heard elevator music and it was weird. I knew it wasn't something, I knew it wasn't something normal. And at
Mm-hmm.
the time, I was like freaking out about it. Like I was having an anxiety attack over it.
And you didn't understand it.
Yeah, I didn't understand what was going on because it was like it was happening through the phone.
How long after that call did he pass?
Uh, I think a year later.
So chances are that was probably his spirit team that was communicating with you, letting you know something's going to happen. Don't be alarmed because, as tragic as this is going to be, it's something that's meant to happen. This is divine timing, but we want to prepare you. We want to give you, specifically you, this heads up.
Right.
Um, he probably knew that it was going to happen,
And
but
he
may
never
not have
told me.
not he never voiced it because I'm going to sound crazy, but he's still around.
For sure.
And it's more so like following your fiance, like, I see you,
Right.
and you better apologize for that, or I'm gonna make you apologize for that.
Period.
But it's like you can't get rid of me that easy.
Right.
And also, it's like, beauty never dies, so I'm gonna be this hot, gorgeous being forever because I choose to.
Right. And then
Um,
when they're in the afterlife, they could like fight it over.
exactly. Um, it was absolutely divine timing. He did what he was meant to do, whatever that was. And he's continuing his journey now.
Right.
Um, I do also think that an aspect of him has come back, but the part that you were with will never come back. Like that part is done.
Right.
Um, and I think he does find some of the dolls a little creepy.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, some of them. I think he talks to some of them like, you know what, we. Mm-mm.
This is like my protector. Like my brother has a very good attachment with this one. He's not attached to the doll. Let me clear that up. Um, but there is a spirit. His name is Charlie. Um, but him and Charlie are really good friends, and Charlie is like a spirit guide to me as well. Well, he
Okay,
acts like one.
I would say he's appointed himself.
Right.
There's like how I always explain it. There's different tiers of beings. There's different tiers of spirit guides. You have spirit guides that were never human, and then you have guides that were. Their time on earth is done, or they've just chosen to follow you around for whatever reason and tell you what to do.
Yep.
And the only one that I know of mine that was human was Sarah. And she's a pain in my rear end because she has never grown past that adolescent phase. And even though she is highly intelligent, she still gets on my nerves.
Is she like really, really needy?
She
Very.
is really needy.
Oh man, that's like Kenshin here. Kenshin, now he is a grown man spirit.
You said it all right there.
But but he's mean. Like He will throw shoes at my husband while he's in the shower. He will lock me out of the house. He's
Mm.
he does it as a joke though. Well, throwing the shoes, that's a little that could be a little iffy.
Pay attention to me,
But yeah, get out the shower.
right? You're taking up too much time.
Right, you always come home and don't say hey to me.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. He's a diva.
Right. He really is because he loves attention. He actually was a show clown in the real life.
So see, yeah. I used to work I used to work in Castaneda, and the shop that I worked at, we had a haunted museum. And at first I didn't really like going in there, but over time I really I really got comfortable in there, and things started getting comfortable with me. And my first couple of times in there, I was like, nope, I don't want to be in here. I don't like it in here. And a friend of mine and I, we were in there and we were doing some videos, taking some pictures, and me being me, I started talking and there was this one doll, Katie, and above her was a picture of Robert. And on multiple occasions, through EVP, it's been made known that she knows whatever inhabits Robert the doll.
Mhm.
And I made the comment, I'm like, yeah, how do you like having that creepy little thing above you? I'm like, I don't care. I said, that is a creepy doll. It is not cute. It is not adorable. It is creepy. We headed back out and my video just stopped. And I'm like, oh, okay. Everything that I had recorded, gone. And I'm like, Gabby, it's time to go. And she's like, why? I said, something is mad. I made something mad. It's time to go. So we go to get out. We are locked in.
Oh, that's
The
hilarious.
doorknob moves, but something is pushed against the door. And I'm like, so we're banging on the door. And my friend comes and she's like, what is your problem? Me and Gabby are like, were you holding the door closed? She's like, no. Like, not going back in there for a while. So I had to go back in and apologize. And Katie and I got to be cool. Every time I would go in, I would say, hey, Katie. Um, I'll have to send you some of the pictures that I got from the doll room because there is one. Now, some of the things in there had attachments, were haunted, some were just props. One of the things in there was, I don't know if you read or watched Goosebumps or anything like that, but it was Slappy the doll.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
we had the actual ventriloquist doll that was in um the not the newest series, but like years ago.
Mhm.
Nothing attached to it. I took a picture of it in a mirror. I took a series of rapid photos. Its face changed. And I'm like, I'm done with you. I'm not coming back in here for a while. I don't want to go through here. I'm done. And then like something just kind of compelled me to go back in. Um, and I started smelling gardenia. And I'm like, I don't smell things. Why now am I smelling things? And come to find out, there are two girls that are associated somehow with the very back room, and one of them had like a gardenia attachment. And I'm like, okay, are you okay? I would get tarot cards thrown at me in the shop. I would be walking and like they would just fly off the shelf, and I'm like, I don't want them. I don't want to buy them. Please don't.
Oh.
Um, yeah, I've had so many experiences. It's crazy.
Well, can you describe your first paranormal experience and how it affected you?
So, yes. So it does tie in with the mirror. That I would say was my first, but when I actually recognized, okay, something's happening, I was in California and I was at my friend's house and he was setting up a Dungeons and Dragons game. He was Japanese American. His mother was Japanese, his father was American. And I'm sitting facing his hallway and I just happened to look up and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "You have a samurai in your hallway." And he's like writing down things and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's my great 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 grandfather." And I'm like, "You have a dead guy in your hallway." And he's like, "Yeah, I know. His sword is in that room." And I'm like, "Oh, so you're chill with a dead guy in your hallway." And he's like, "Well, I don't see him, so it doesn't bother me." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, okay." And he's just like staring me down. And then I'm like, "Wait a minute. I know you." I don't know if it was the same entity or not, but I put two and two together, and whatever came through the mirror was dressed exactly like he was. So, and I haven't seen him since. So I don't know if they were together, if it was the same person, or I don't know. But that's the two experiences together is kind of what made me realize, okay, I need to start paying attention to the things that are happening to me because it's more than just occasional. I'm ignoring things more and more, and I need to stop. And it was after that I got really, really sick and I almost died. Um, I came home from Los Angeles to Orlando via train, and we left on December 29th, and we got back on the 1st. We kind of had like I don't think it was a breakdown, but it was right on the border of Mexico and El Paso. Mexico was on one side, El Paso was on the other side. And this little tiny old woman came and asked if she could sit down in front of me. And I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." And she looked out and she's like, "I miss home." And I'm like, "Oh, are you from Mexico?" And she said, "Yeah." She's like, "It's been so, so long since I've been back." She's like, "Seeing it is nice." And she was telling me about all these stories about how when she was a kid, um, her brothers would go under where the railroad tracks are into El Paso to work and then go home. And I'm like, wow, they did that like this recent? And she was just telling me all these things. And she was like, "Well, I guess I'll leave you be now." And I'm like, "You don't have to go. It's fine." And she's like, "No, I got it. I'm gonna go to sleep." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Well, it was really nice talking to you. You can come back anytime." And I'm like, "There's only like three of us in the car, so you're not going to disturb anybody." And she was like, "Thank you. Thank you so much for that." Uh, she got up, she went away, and I'm like, "Well, she was really nice." And we started moving again and I started getting hungry and I'm like, I'm going to go find her and I'm going to see if she wants to get something to eat. And I went and I asked the, I don't know what they're called. It's whoever like comes and checks the cars. And I'm like, hey, I said, do you know where this woman is sitting? I said, she's about maybe 5 foot tall, old Hispanic woman. And he's like, the only elderly people on the train are the two that's in the cart with you. And I'm like, no, she was just here like 10 minutes ago. And he's like, nobody has come in or left your car since we departed Los Angeles. And I'm like, oh, okay. Never don't pay attention to me. It's fine. And after that, like things just started happening like rapid. Um, I was visited in my bedroom. I get visited in my bedroom a lot when I'm trying to sleep, and it's starting to irritate me. Um, this
That
was the
happens
first.
to me too.
It is irritating. Like business hours.
It's
Come on.
always when you're trying to sleep.
Um, this we lived right next door to a crematorium, so that was smart. And I rolled over. I wasn't asleep. I was getting ready to go to sleep. I rolled over, and there was this woman, this blonde woman, at the foot of my bed, reaching out to me. I started screaming. I called my grandmother. It is the first time I ever cussed at my grandmother. And I'm like, she's like, "Are you okay?" I said, "Dad, there's a ghost in my room." She's like, "Well, what do you want me to do about it?" And I'm like, "Make it go away." And she's like, "Is it still there?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's dead." And she's like, "Just go to sleep. It's not going to hurt you." Like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Um, and then since then, I did have like this redhead jumping on my bed, screaming at me. And I'm like, listen, chick, if you do not get off my bed right now, I will exercise you so fast. I don't care if you're good, bad, in between, you will be out of here. And she just looked at me and she's like, well, that was rude. And then she was gone. And I'm like, rude? Rude is jumping on my bed and waking me up.
My husband actually told me that he had a similar experience before where this one lady he used to see a lot had one time his laptop had flew out of the bedroom closet and then she came rushing on top of him and was like, uh, want to play a game or something like that.
No,
And he said that like she was like this close to his face.
no, no, I'm good.
So I can understand why he tries to block his out.
He, I would say he just needs to learn boundaries.
Yeah.
Um, it's hard, especially when you you jump to fear first.
I don't think he really fears them because he doesn't fear them at all. It really aggravates him. I
I don't blame him.
I think what it is though is that like where he grew up was haunted, but it was like haunted with the mostly dark.
Ooh, okay,
So he like he would like play with dark spirits.
okay,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, I get that. I can understand that. Um, definitely needs to learn the boundaries. Be like, get out of my face. Um, I've learned in like when I decided, okay, I'm gonna start paying attention to this. Like, I did some deep diving into my psyche, and I was telling a friend of mine, like, I don't know what possessed me to do this.
Kitty
It
cat.
was, oh yeah, really? Catnip. Um,
So cute.
Speaking of possessed, human cat.
All cats are
Um,
possessed.
hmm So I was like, I already know, like, if I'm less inhibited, I can see things. Cat? She got the net down.
Oh,
I will be able to see things more clearly. So I'm like, well, I got some tequila. Let's see how far this rabbit hole goes.
see, I can understand that because my abilities, whatever you want to call them, uh, they intensify when I smoke weed.
Yep.
I don't drink, so.
I don't drink anymore. Um, be- because of some of the things that I've seen.
Mhm.
Because when I smoke, it's different than when I drink. When I smoke, my psychic powers are like on point. When I drink, I see into the darkness
Mhm.
and it sees me. Um, I think at one point, Kat, if you get that jar
Sorry.
open, if I've seen, I think I counted 27 different dimensions, realms, levels, however you want to put it. So I started studying each one. That's why I went into demonology because I'm like, okay, what you see on TV, it's not what I'm seeing, and I know these things are not good, but they're not evil, you know.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm like, I really want to know more about this. And so that's why I started studying like the darker things, like, okay, possessions and all that. Um, because I was like, I find it really funny that the only thing that's publicized is Catholic rites. Okay, well, what if you come across a demon that's not Catholic or that's not Christian? And why do you have to speak Latin? And the more that I learn, I'm like, oh, you don't. It's not the words you say, it's the belief behind the words.
Mhm.
And what is evil and what is not. And the thing that I really, really learned is the actual quote unquote demons, they don't give a shit. They're not going to mess with us if we don't mess with them. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to take one hell of a powerful medium to even break that realm to get that connection.
Right.
The things that cause possession that you see are just some really, really pissed off entities. Can they do physical harm? Oh, yes. Has it happened to me? Absolutely. Um, because I have screwed around to find out. And sometimes that's how you learn. Do I
Right.
recommend it? No.
What
But
type of psychic abilities would you say that you have? Are you clairvoyant? Are you clairaudience? Are you a mediumship?
um I have almost all the clairs. Smell has just started within the last 6 months. Um, I see and hear not just the dead, but other things. It's more of a telepathic imprint. But there have been times where I have seen the physical things, and that does still scare me because it just comes out of nowhere.
Hmm.
And typically they're not the good ones, but you don't know what I'm talking about. Don't meow. Um, and I'm able to kind of control it and make them go away. Um, I have seen I have seen an angel, and that scared me more than any dark entity I've ever seen. Um, I have heard I what I would consider to be like angels, and it's not a pleasant tone. Um, I have seen elementals, what people would consider fae, I guess. Um, I have I have always been under the belief of I have to see it to believe it. But even if I don't see it, doesn't mean I don't believe it. I just I need that proof. I've seen shapeshifters, I've seen skinwalkers. I know the difference between the two. Um, I have seen things not of this world that I don't necessarily. This cat is she is making a mess. Um, like entities that would be considered extraterrestrial. Um, I am terrified of, for one, so I don't do as much research as I probably should. Um, I'm not sure if they're transdimensional, like ghosts and all that. Um, it's possible, another dimension. Um, it's possible some of the things that people think are extraterrestrial are different dimension, and then there are completely separate beings that come from different planets.
Right.
Um, when I was 14, I saw something that I don't know if it was a spirit or if it was a different dimensional being. Um, that was something that was kind of, I would say that's the only traumatic experience I've ever had. Um, I, it, you know how they say things come in threes? I don't know the order in which it happened, but it was all around the time when I was 14, 15. I was babysitting for my aunt's friend who worked overnights. She was driving me home. It was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And we were talking about me going to college. And both of us at the same time saw the same thing, stopped talking. What it was what we thought was a plane, but it stopped and then shot diagonal down. And it was eerie silence in the car. And she was like, "Did you not just see what I just did not see?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." And she was like, "Because I'm from Tennessee and I believe in that stuff." And I'm like, "Let's just not talk about it. It's just, it didn't happen." She's like, "I'm good with that." Silence the rest of the way home. And I never went back and babysat for her again. She changed her shift like that.
We have UFO stuff happens here all the time. Like I said, well, I don't know if I said this to you. I might have said this to somebody else earlier. But I live in a field, or like in a field out of nowhere, and there's woods um around me. Anyways, the sky is completely clear at night.
Oh, wow.
Um, so you can see a lot. And
Mhm.
man, I remember at one point it was like every night there was something in the sky,
Oh,
something in the sky. And oh, me and my husband, we were taking the trash out, and this was another time where we both had another
you've got to
experience.
be.
Did you see something?
There is something outside right now. Let me. Can you see that light? That gold light?
Oh yeah.
It was just stationary. I thought it was a street light.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, what the hell is that?
See, we're talking about them. We're bringing them forward.
Y'all, y'all need to stay away from me. Oh my God. That is,
But but yeah, we were taking out the trash and it was another time where we both had the same experience and we both heard what sounded like it sounded like somebody was coming through with a walkie-talkie, but it was like we couldn't hear it like outside. It was like in our head.
oh,
Yeah,
that, oh, no, 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 no. Okay, see, it's like dimming out and now it's gone. It's completely gone. Y'all stay up there, please. And now it's back.
there we go.
Mm-mm.
How do friends and family react to your abilities?
Family knows. Friends, I'm very careful with who I tell.
Hmm.
Mainly because you don't know how people are going to react, really. It's like, oh, you're crazy. Don't talk to her. She's um, I have been known to just walk up to people and be like, um, yeah, you need to check behind your dresser for your wedding ring. And I freak people out sometimes. It took me a very long time to filter myself because I would just walk up to people and scare the crap out of them. Um, After a while, I stopped going out in public because it was too loud.
Mm.
Um, Not the people, everything else. It was horrible. Um, During the holidays, now I still don't go out because emotions are too high. I see and hear and feel everything, and it's like, mm-mm, I'm not dealing with that. Um, and now there's a plane. Um, I've had I've had some friends say, "Oh, you're just you whatever. You think you think you see things, you think you hear things." I'm like, "Okay, just wait. Just wait. I'll prove it." Um, and 9 times out of 10, the people who are like that, when I do prove it, I never hear from them again. And I'm like, "That's fine. I don't need you. It's fine." Um, Most everybody, like, I have a very small circle. I keep my circle small because it helps me keep my energy to myself.
Mhm.
And for the most part, most of the people I interact with have an ability of some kind. So it's like that, like attract like type thing. Um, I don't think I've ever had, well, the only person that I've had that is actually against it was my son's father.
Mm.
And he was just a buzzkill anyway. So don't need that kind of negativity in my life.
There we go.
But yeah, the experiences that I've had, I one of these days I'm going to write a book and people can take it for what it is. They can say it's fiction, they can say it's crazy, because it is absolutely going to read like, what the hell was this woman on?
Speaking of what people would say, what misconceptions do people have about psychic abilities?
That we can tell the future. And And I get into these debates all the time that, well, aren't you the psychic? Yeah, but it doesn't quite work that way. Every decision that you make changes potential outcomes.
Exactly.
What I can tell you is one potential outcome. I can give you a roadmap. If you don't want something to end up in a certain way, then listen to what I'm telling you. Um, People automatically think that what I tell them is written in stone.
Hmm.
Um, no, it's a heads up. Um, that I can predict certainties. Um, One of the things that I would get a lot is, oh, that doesn't resonate with me. Okay, well, it doesn't right now. It doesn't mean it won't in a week or a year, 10 years. Um, People will get really, really big mad if they come in and ask about their love life. And you tell them, oh, well, the person you're going to marry, you will meet in approximately 3 to 5 years. Well, I'm with somebody now. And is there a ring on your finger? Didn't think so. Um, one of the funniest readings I had. I hate doing couples readings, but it was hilarious because she wanted to go, he didn't. He didn't believe in psychics and he didn't see the purpose of it.
Hmm.
And and I'm like, so is there anything specific that you want to focus on? And she was like, is it all right if I just keep it to myself? And I'm like, you don't have to say anything, just think about it. And she's like, okay. So I'm laying out the cards and I'm like, hmm, okay. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, okay. Do you want to air your secrets before I get into it? His head snapped out. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any secrets. I'm like, okay. And I looked right at her. I said, you're valid. Your thoughts, your feelings, 100% factual. She looked at him and she looked back at me. She's like, how long? I'm like, 6 months. And she was like, oh, okay. And I looked at him and I said, she's pregnant. He turned so white, like he was about to pass out. And she was like, okay. And I'm like, and I'm not talking about you. And she's like, I know. And I'm like, you know who it is too. And she was like, yes, I do. He got up and he left. Like he left her at the store.
Wow.
And I'm like, don't worry, he'll be back. And he'll be big mad. And she's like, I don't care. She's like, I literally don't even care. Come to find out, she had the keys. So while he left her there, she got in the car and left the city. He came back maybe an hour later, really mad because he couldn't find her. And I'm like, what do you want me to tell you? I gave you the opportunity.
Right.
Would you like to air your secrets before I get into it? And he was like, that was a setup. And I'm like, no, honey, no. You screwing around is what did it.
Well, Amanda, before we close up, hmm, sorry. Um, Amanda, thank you for opening up about such a personal and profound experiences. Your courage in sharing these stories helps others feel less alone in their own unexplained encounters. For listeners who want to connect with Amanda or learn more about her work, where can they find you? And is there any final message for those who might be experiencing their own paranormal phenomenon?
Yes. So if you are experiencing anything paranormal, the first thing to do is remain calm. Even if it's super hard, super scary, if you're being hurt, remain calm. There is help out there. There are people out there who will help you. I am one of them. Even if I can't physically get to you, I can connect with you and tell you what to do. Um, I have a YouTube channel that I'm working on getting up. I can send you the links. You can put them in the comments and everything, as well as my contact information.
Yep, everything
Um,
will be in the description below.
and if anybody wants a reading, they're more than welcome to reach out to me. Um, I am available all day, every day. Uh, yes, I have other work and I have other things to do, but if somebody needs help, I'm going to help them regardless. If you are experiencing something, don't feel like you have to keep it inside. And that goes for abilities, seeing things, hearing things, experiencing things. There are people out there who will listen to you that will not think you're crazy. Um, that is not the first thing that I jump to. I will ask you, okay, what are you experiencing? When did this start? Um, I will treat you like a human being, not like a mentally crazed animal, which a lot of people in this industry do get treated like. And one thing to keep in mind is it's not always like it is on TV. Um, if you want to learn more about anything, there isn't a topic on psychic abilities, paranormal, whatever, that I don't know something about. I don't know everything because you will never know everything, but I do know a lot about a lot. And I will do whatever I can to help anybody.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. And to our listeners, keep an open mind, stay spooky, stay curious about the mysteries around us. Thank you.
You're very welcome. This was fun.
Definitely, and I would love to have you back on.
Yeah,
You feel free to stay in contact with me. Um, my DMs are open to anybody I work with. So,
same.
so
One of
yeah,
these days, one of these days we will have to do a deep dive into my government work.
for sure. And
Uh,
if you're
that was
ever around North Carolina too, you could come around.
Yeah, no, my last time in North Carolina, like I said, I'm the type that I have to see it to believe it. And we got sidetracked. My daughter used to live there, and I would come up and pick her up to come back down to Florida for visits. We got detoured on a back road through the woods. We were talking and joking around, and then she just looked out the window and she's like, "Do you feel that?" And she was 8 years old, 7 or 8. And I'm like, "Yes, I do. Let's just ignore it." We got stopped. Like, we could not move forward. And she was like, "We need to get out of here. We need to get out of here now." And I'm like, "I know. There's nothing I can do." It was this god awful feeling of, if we do not get out of here now, we will never leave this place.
Right.
There was something in that woods that was predatory and was stalking, and it was terrifying. I don't know if it was Bigfoot. I don't know if it was a bear. I don't know what the heck it was, but it wanted to eat us. Well, as soon as we left that road, the feeling was gone. The air was lighter. Everything was just different. And she was like, I never want to experience that again. I'm like, you and me both. I do think where we were was around kind of like where the
That's what
Appalachia.
I was gonna ask you was he on there?
So I don't think that it was Bigfoot, but I think it was something else.
Well, I know the Appalachian Trail that it's so haunted.
Mm-hmm.
It's so haunted. A lot of places in North Carolina are haunted when it comes to land wise.
Yes. There's so
Um,
much blood on the land.
there
Period.
is, and like here, you know, you got the skinwalkers and stuff, but even when, because like not every night that thing's gonna bother you. Uh,
Right.
um, there are some like really sweet spirits here,
Oh yeah.
and then
That's for the
you
most part that's what's in the house is elementals, and there's a kid here. Um, very shy. Doesn't want to talk to people, but will like peek around. And then as soon as you notice it, it's like, oh no, I'm not here. You don't see me.
that's that's what she does all the time. She hangs out in my bathroom.
Oh, once we get off of here, I'll send you pictures of my dolls. They are now convert kind of like communing with each other.
Let's see.
Oh my god. Oh, that
Yeah,
tall one, she's like, I am queen.
right. Period.
Mm, there's some big energy in that. In that. I got chills all over.
She's
That one.
she's actually, I believe she was used in a ritual.
I could see that.
And there's items inside of her. I
I
want
wonder
to,
if she was protection.
I don't know, but I want to open her up so bad.
Ask her if you can.
She told me I could, but
Just
then,
sew her back up,
yeah, it's like, what if it's a trick?
right?
So it's like,
That that black case. I have one that I have two dolls in it that looks almost like that.
she was actually my very first haunted doll.
My first one came in a case like that. We can't separate them or they will cry.
That's like these two, they're actual brother and sister in real life. Well,
Or
yeah. And I guess that's why they connected with these dolls. But
oh,
I think they're so cute. This one
oh,
has like purple eyes.
he's got some issues, and
Yeah.
she's almost done with him.
hmm And she's very shy, so she doesn't really say much.
I want to say that's what she looked like too.
That's what I got. But at the same time, I know when I got them, the boy, he's only said one thing to me
Oh,
since I got him, and it was, I'm not going unless you get my sister and my friend, which was her and then the girl in the pink dress.
oh,
And it was like clear as day, the longest sentence ever. And that's the only thing I've heard from him since I got him.
oh.
I'll see him sometimes,
Mhm.
but
But he's like, mm-mm. Until I got something to say to you, I'm not gonna say it.
yeah, he's just like,
He's a little boy. He's like, I got better things to do. I
right.
got frogs to catch.
But yeah, I want to open her one day.
I don't think she would mind as long as you put everything back and it's yeah, as long as you put it back. I think she's a very sweet girl. I do. I feel she was used in ritual, but I think it was more of a protection thing. And I want to say that it was like a protection for a child.
And I think it was for protection to like for against men because she
Yes,
does not like men at all.
I was I was literally just gonna say something was happening to the little girl, or whoever gifted that to her felt something was going to happen to her, had a
Yeah.
vision, something, and she wanted her protected.
Yeah. He's so cute. I love all my dolls.
I am not a doll person. My grandmother had hundreds, and I'm like, mm-mm,
I
mm-mm.
really like this one because it's so weird. If you Google image search her, um, she's the only one that pops up. Like
Really?
she is the only one that pops up.
So maybe she was made, like specifically made for this little girl, like a puppet type.
And the reason why I say that is because I know it's her because she has a dent in her cheek. And in that dent's like this little pink blush mark. Can you see
Yeah, it
it?
looks like a scar.
Yeah, and she
I'm
also
wondering,
has a lazy eye, so like her eye's crooked.
I'm wondering if she was made in the likeness of who she was to protect, like an actual puppet.
Yeah.
Like this kid went through some stuff, and maybe she was insecure about how she looked. So whoever made her this doll, being a redhead anyway, in the time period that this doll would have been, she was already stigmatized as like a demon.
Hmm. And she's definitely got like multiple items in her because one piece feels like a coin, sorta.
Okay.
Another piece feels like could be like a chess piece or something. But then again, you don't know until I open her. I want to do it so bad.
If you do, let me know what's in there.
Right. I'll send you a picture. Look, I'm sitting there giving her nose
She
kisses.
loves it
Like,
though. She loves it. Like whoever she was meant to represent, I think is her. Like she is now the doll.
yeah.
And it
She's,
doesn't feel like she made it to a very old age.
mm-mm. I don't think so either. I don't, I don't know. I can't tell really if it's human or if it was not because it's like, I could tell it was used in a ritual, but I can't tell if it was like spirit bound or if it was spirit attached afterwards.
So I think like what I'm picking up on it was it was used as like a vessel for the protection. Nothing was attached to it upon gifting.
Hmm.
After this little girl, and I really do think she was still a little girl, 9, 10, maybe,
Yeah.
when she passed, and it feels like both natural causes, but not. When she passed, because of whatever protection was put on it and her physical attachment to it, she's just remained attached.
Mm.
And it's like, yeah, I know I can like completely cross, but I like it here.
Right. That's what I got too, is that
Loved,
she just likes it here.
I'm loved, and I didn't experience that in life.
Right.
So I'm going to get it now. This is definitely something, and even though I hate dolls, this is something that would be an heirloom, and she will protect whoever owns her.
Hmm. That's definitely what I feel like. I always say it all the time, like I want to keep my dolls. Like my dolls are not going anywhere. I'm not the type of person who will sell their dolls. I'm not a collector, I'm not a hobbyist or anything like that. I get drawn to these dolls.
Right.
Um, so I feel like when I'm drawn to them, it's for a reason. If they want to go, they will tell me. I will give them away for
Yeah.
free.
Same.
Um,
Yeah. If they ever want to leave, they'll let me know.
hmm But other than that, I'll have these dolls until my kids get rid of them.
Yeah. She's gonna stay. She's gonna stay in the family.
I think so too.
That is gonna be definitely passed down to one of your children, and you will know which one when the time is right because she will let you know. And then they will pass it down to theirs.
Yeah. I think if I passed any of my dolls down, it would probably be to my middle son because he's mostly in tuned.
It's really great and refreshing that your gifts came from your father and now your son, I want to say sons
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
I think your daughter does too, but she's more,
She's more empathic.
I don't see it. But she feels, yeah, she feels the woo woo.
Yeah,
But your sons, they're gonna be all in it.
for sure. My daughter, she's ready to go paranormal investigating with me. She's only 7. But
I think
she's like
I was
then
10.
she goes to her grandma. Grandma says she's like, Mama's messing with that devil mess.
Oh my God, that's funny. My daughter was 10 when she was 10, my son was 12, um, when they did their first. And it was a doozy. She is really good with the dowsing rods. She is one heck of a conductor.
Oh,
Um, we if I can find the video, I'll send it to you. It's on a flash drive somewhere. It has my ex in it, and it's like I don't want to look at that. But it was probably the best evidence that I have on film, and it was an EVP that we caught, and then he had that creepy little boo buddy that I hate with a passion. Um, my mom had the feeling that my aunt was around because when Becky was alive, she would come and she would play with my mom's hair, and she started feeling that a lot. So, we busted out the equipment. He set up the Boo Bear, and um, we just started asking questions. And there was like nothing. It was just like dead silence. And I'm like, okay, Becky, if you are here, what did you used to do to get me to laugh? And the bear was like, he did the that tickles. And I started freaking out. I'm like, oh shit, it got real. And I'm like, but you know what? I am like the most skeptical believer you will ever meet.
right.
I'm like, it is an EMF thing, maybe the TV made it go off. I don't know. And I'm like, okay, if this is really actually factually 100% you, what is the one thing that you could say to me? It didn't matter what mood I was in, would make me crack up to the point where I was crying. And as soon as we played it back, like I started sobbing. And my ex, he's like, I didn't hear anything. And I'm like, play it back. Played it back. My mom heard it like that. And she's like, oh my God. And he's like, what? I don't get it. And I'm like, listen to it with headphones and tell me what you hear. And he was like, okay. So he did. And he's like, I hear like P or T or C, D, V. And I'm like, do you hear one? Or he's like, no, there's like two letters and it's got that sound. And I'm like, P, V. Played it back again. And he's like, okay, yeah. And I'm like, that is the one thing that she could tell me, come through text, come through phone call. It doesn't matter. And I would die laughing. And he was like, why? And I'm like, from the time that I was little, and it's so stupid. It was for penis vagina.
Oh.
This dated back from like when I was like 7 years old, 6, 7 years old. And I would die laughing. And that was the only word, that was the only thing that she said in direct response to my question.
Aw.
And to this day, I can see everybody else's dearly departed, but I can't see mine.
That's how it is for me too.
Um, I've come to realize that that's not uncommon, and it's like the psyche protecting us. Um, one of the readers that I worked with, she was the only other medium there, and we were outside on the porch, and she just started singing, and she's like a hardcore, like heavy metal woman. She just started singing Winona Judd, No One Else on Earth. And I'm like, Joey, why are you singing that? She's like, I don't fucking know. She's like, I don't listen to country music. What is going on? And I'm like, we need to go. This needs to happen.
Hmm.
And she was like, oh, it's your aunt. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, all right. So we go into her room and she was like, she's very, very, very hesitant because she knows what you're going to ask. And I'm like, I just need an answer. If she knows what I'm going to ask, I need an answer. And she's saying, I don't know for sure, but I want to say yes. What it was we had heavily suspected that her husband had a hand in her death, that he overdosed her. And she flat out refused to say his name. And Joey said she kept saying, I should have listened. I should have paid attention. I should have gotten rid of him. I should have done this. And I'm like, you need to stop. It's not your fault.
Hmm.
Just let it go for your sake. He is getting his just desserts now. Um, I already know you're around me, so you know what I was looking at. He has a record, and so we can see where he's at. And he was listed as transient. So I'm like, your karma is paying you back for all the things you've done, sir. Um, so she pretty much confirmed everything that I was thinking. And every once in a while after that, Joey would pop her head in. She's like, Becky says hi. And I'm like, fine. Like, the only thing she ever does to me is smoke in my car. I'm constantly smelling, like, I'm smelling cigarette smoke now, talking about her.
Right.
Um, the other, maybe 2 weeks after my mom passed, I was in the kitchen cooking. Um, and I heard a voice and I'm like, hold on, mom. And I'm like, I'm like, you can get up now and come to me. I'm not coming out there. And then like everything just it just went away. And I'm like, I know you're in the process of, processing your new cool form. Stop screwing around and tell me what you want to tell me. Um, I know my mom is kind of keeping her distance because she knows I'm mad at her. I'm like really mad at her. Um, I have not seen my grandmother. Um, when my aunt passed away, that's when I knew my daughter. She was 2 or 3, and I came home um, from the hospital, and I heard her laughing, like hysteric laughing. And a 2 year old, it's like the most infectious thing.
Yeah.
So I go into my bedroom and she's like, oh, and she just freezes. And I'm like, Bella, what's wrong? And she's like, where'd she go? And I'm like, who? And she's like, Auntie Becky. She was here. We play. She tickled me. And then go. And I lost it. And I'm like, I can't deal with this right now. How do you tell a 2 year old you were playing with somebody who just died?
Right.
Um, she still sees and hears things, and it's affecting her mental health. She does have mental problems because of PTSD and things that happened with her father. And so,
Well, I noticed too that a lot of people who see and hear things do struggle with trauma.
mhm,
So,
a lot of it is trauma induced.
hmm.
Mine came from a near death experience. Hers was just inherited, and then it just intensified because of all of her crap. Um, she is starting to learn the difference between what's there and what's not, what is like hallucination and what is not.
Hmm.
She does have a guardian that is dark, and it does scare her. And I have told it, I'm like, you need to like chill it. Just because she's seen you in your natural form doesn't mean you have to stay there. You can bring it, you can calm down a little bit. You can bring it back, and you can actually, do a puppy. You got the power to. Don't be like this 12-foot hulking black figure, okay?
Right.
Sir, calm down. Um, and he likes to like hang out in her closet, which just makes it worse. Like, do you want to traumatize your charge?
Why
Because
why do spirits like to hang out in our closets?
I
That's the
think,
question.
in all honesty, I think one, it's a portal, and it's a dark, centralized space. It's where a lot of lines of the house converge. So it's easier for them to get from one point to another when needed or wanted. Um, that's why like so many kids will say there's a monster in the closet. Um, plus it's a place that they can hide and not be seen. They can watch, but you can't see them. Um, I tell people all the time, if you have a kid and they're telling you there is something in their closet or there is something under their bed, listen to them. Don't placate them and be like, oh, let's go monster hunting. Oh, I scared it away. No, you didn't. Listen to your kids because they see more than you. Pay attention to your pets. Like, she has been staring at nothing. My cats will do this to me all the time. And it's like, I'm just ignoring you. I know there's somebody right there. I'm ignoring them. They don't need me. If they did, they would be jabbering my ear off. They're nosy because, like, ooh, why are you talking about us? What you saying?
That or, oh, what's the drama that's happening tonight?
Right? Well, what's the tea that's going on? Do I need to be a part of this? Did I do something? Should I be doing something? No, you don't. I would like to know who left the handprints because whatever it is, that was violent.
Well, I tell you what, the only thing that the spirits be getting on to me about is I would clean my house, but I hate cleaning my room. So weekend I have to spend it cleaning the room because they get mad at me because I start getting it messy during the week.
Like, haven't we already discussed this?
I know they're like, okay now, like they like you made me my space, keep it clean, and I'm constantly like, sorry guys, I'm moving.
Like, you know what? You could help out a little bit.
Right, like half the time they're knocking stuff down.
Thank you. Like, you're not paying rent, you're not contributing to bills, you're not cooking food. You could at least clean.
I will say this, my daughter has actually seen one of my haunted dolls has actually seen one of the spirits cooking in the kitchen. She thought it was me.
Oh, now that, I mean, do you hear that, y'all? I'm just saying, I would like a break. Like,
Right.
you know,
I was like,
don't,
where's the food at?
right? You don't have to cook,
It
but you
was
could
so weird.
dishes maybe, something.
She said it was so weird because she woke up and she said she smelled food. So she went to the kitchen and she said that she thought it was me, but I wasn't looking at her. She only saw me from behind.
Hmm.
And she said that I was cooking on the stove, and she kept saying, "Mommy, what are you cooking?"
You
But
wouldn't answer.
wouldn't answer. And I looked in the kitchen and was looking on the stove. I was like, "Well, I don't see no food." I was like, "Did you eat it?"
Right? Like, that's kind of rude, if you could share with the class. Thank you.
Right. Like I bought it.
Right? Be nice. If you're gonna do something, then do something.
Well, at least they turned the stove off.
Right? Man, like, um, what ours really like to do is so my daughter's room is directly across from mine. When my door's open and her door's open, I can see on her bed. So she came in here the other day, and as soon as she opened my door, like she was like, "Nope, I'm not going back in there." And I'm like, "Why?" She has like a little tie beanie baby that was my grandmother's, and it's called Granny Bear. She's like, "Granny Bear is on my bed," and it wasn't.
Oh,
And it's sitting there and it's staring at me. And I'm like, maybe it's Granny saying, "Hey, I'm here. Thank you for watching over my." She's like, "I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going back in there. And I'm not going back in there until that thing is moved." And I'm like, "Well,
move it.
ask it to move." She's like, "No, because if you don't move it and it's moved, I'm still not going back in there." So finally she does go back into her room. Then that maybe a day or two after that, uh she came out to use the bathroom. My son was in their bathroom, so she comes in here to use mine. She opens the door. She's like, "I'm done with this." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "The light is on. I did not turn the light on." And I'm like, "You should just be used to this by now." Like,
Right.
it's going to follow us wherever we go. Things are going to follow us. Just get used to it. And she's like, "I don't want them to." I'm like, "They're not going to hurt you. There is nothing in this house that is bad." And I'm like, if there was, those three creepy little dolls are going to stop it. And like for the longest time, the one that's out of the case was sitting upright. And now this little demon cat will get up on the shelf, has done it since we got her. Not once has moved the doll. Yesterday, I'm looking at these doll and I'm like, they're talking to each other. And Bella's like, what do you mean? And she turns and she's like, oh shit. The dolls are like this, one outside the case, one inside the case. And then there's this little teeny tiny other doll that's inside the case that you no longer see. She's like, I'm supposed to be your friend, and now you got this other friend. I don't know if I like this, but so far nothing is. There's no animosity, but I'm still feeling like I can't separate the two that are together.
Mm.
But the two big dolls, they are definitely communicating, and they're watching the front door. So it's like whatever is not supposed to come in is not going to come in. We got you.
So I am gonna have to end it right here. I just got the
Okay.
note that it is time for me to go.
All righty.
All right. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
All
Well,
right.
thank you so much.
Well, you have a good one and stay in contact, and I'll let you
Yes.
know when the podcast is up.
Okay. And I'll send you pictures of the dolls. Let you get your take on them.
Awesome. And I'll put them in the podcast or in any evidence that you want me to add in as well.
Okay. If you see like if you see anything like an editing or anything or that light, that was creepy. Let me know.
Okay, I will.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.